Hello, every pony. Scar89 here once again with another fan fiction reading. I'm going to do the second chapter of the Reaper's game, the World Ends with You, My Little Pony crossover, jamboree, boop, doop, dee doo thing. I don't know. But before I start, I would just like to say I would love to make a chemistry joke, but all the good ones are gone. Okay, that was lame, I know. Anyway, Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Exposition. Day 1-2. The purple unicorn was lost for words. Dead? How can we be dead? We're talking and thinking and breathing, and these frog things just tried to kill us! Pinkie checked her timer again. 37 minutes. There was still plenty of time to bring her partner up to speed. Besides, there were few things worse than a partner not up to speed. I'm not going to pretend I don't understand. Wait, who's saying this? Oh, okay, this is Pinkie. Mina. Oh. I'm not going to pretend I don't understand it, but that's just the way it is. For whatever reason, you and I are dead, and we're here playing this game. I'm just gonna make Pinkie talk slowly because she's Pinkie at the moment, so she's not fast talking. Anyway, game? This is a game? We're dead. How do the words "dead" and "game" even fit together in the same sentence? You look like a well-read pony. Surely you've encountered the story about the Earth pony who challenged death to a match of chess for her soul. Twilight blinked. Well, yes, but that's just a myth. It can't be true. No, but as with all myths, there is an element of truth to it. No, that is insane. It's nothing more than a... Twilight trailed off. Old ponytail. She cleared her throat and continued. Okay, you know what? I believe you. Good. That'll make this go faster then. Okay, where do I begin? Well, what were those frog things that attacked us? What was up with that? Those were creatures called Noise. The Reapers sicked them on players to try to stop them from achieving the mission. Although now that we've made a pact, they won't try and attack us quite like the last set did. Reapers? As in more than one? Pinkie sighed. She was clearly going about this the wrong way. Okay, new plan. Give me 10, maybe 15 minutes, and I'll explain everything. If you still have questions after that, you can ask. Deal? Oh, sorry. If you have any questions after that, you can ask. Deal? Twilight nodded, taking a deep breath. Pinkie started her explanation. Right, so this is the Reaper's game, and we're dead. We have 7 days of challenges or missions, and if we survive the 7 days, we get a second chance at life. If we don't, we're erased. If we don't complete a mission in the time limit given, we are erased. And as the icing on the cake, we can be erased by Noise. But we have a way to fight back against the Noise in the form of those pins we have on our sashes. Each pin unleashes a different psyche. I don't know. Each pin unleashes a different psyche, a sort of magic. Not every pony can use every psyche. If you were to give me your pyrokinesis pin, I'd be unable to use it. Whew. Sorry. To enter this game in the first place, you've had to give up I don't know who's saying this. I think this is Pinkie. To enter this game in the first place, you've had to give up what's most valuable to you as an entry fee, to be returned upon your victory. Should you lose, well, you have bigger problems. Each player forms a pair with another pair. I think it's supposed to be pact. Each player forms a pact with another player. Oh, okay. Sorry. Each player forms a pair with another player called a pact. They work together to complete missions and defeat Noise. If one half of the team is erased, the other will follow shortly. So it's in your best interest to make sure I'm every bit as healthy and fit as you are. And that's pretty much wraps up this chunk of explanation. That covers the basics anyway. Anything you're still confused about? Just two things, actually. Of course there is. I shouldn't have asked. Out loud, I think it's supposed to say, Pinkie Mina said out loud. And they are? Well, you said something earlier about reapers, as in more than one. How is that possible? Oh, that's easy. There's a distinction between reapers and between reapers. Oh, that's easy. There's a distinction between reapers and the reaper. Reapers, the one we're going to encounter, were once ponies like you or me. They played this game, but when they won, they decided to become reapers to help run this game rather than come back to life. I see. Last question then. How do you know all this? The better question is, how do you not? The reapers normally take a few minutes before the start of a game to explain this. Why haven't they this time? That doesn't answer my question. If they haven't told us this, why do you know it? Twilight asked. Pinkie Mina gave a hollow laugh. You haven't figured it out. This isn't my first time playing the game. Once again, Twilight found herself flabbergasted. Pinkie had played this crazy game before? Did that mean she had died before? But how could that be? That's some sort of thing you got told when you were introduced to new ponies. Hi, this is Pinkie Pie. She died once before, but she got better. Then again, it was still possible that this wasn't Pinkie Pie. That this wasn't Pinkie Pie. After all, she didn't recognize Twilight, and Pinkie Pie wasn't the sort of pony to forget any pony. Pinkie Mina looked at her timer again. 31 minutes, 46 seconds. Right. Since we've used half of our time, we'd better get back to the mission. What was it again? Reach Bits and Bobs. I don't understand, though. What is Bits and Bobs? It's a fashion arcade. All the aspiring fashionistas have set up shop there, hoping that one day that their design will become popular. Twilight managed to smile despite the situation. It sounded just like the sort of place Rarity would love. So we just need to get there? That sounds easy. Unless it's on the other side of town. Is it? Oh, please tell me it isn't on the other side of town. Pinkie and Mina shook her head. It isn't on the other side of town. As a matter of fact, it's just a short distance that way, she said, gesturing just behind Twilight with her hoof. What? You mean we could have finished this mission ages ago? We've been wasting time? Let's go! Twilight cried. She started galloping the way Pinkie Mina had indicated, and before long she could see a sign looming ahead that read, Bits and Bobs, fashion on the go. Wait! Don't run off yet! Pinkie Mina yelled from somewhere behind her. There's something I forgot to mention! Twilight turned to look at her partner, but before she could form any words, she felt herself hit something. I don't know. She felt herself hit something. The impact knocked her to the ground, and she lay dazed for a few seconds while Pinkie Mina caught up to her. She helped Twilight back onto her feet. Sorry, forgot to say, some ways are buried off by invisible walls, just to make things interesting. Barred? Okay, I'm sorry. I said buried or something. Barriered. It says it's barred. I'm sorry. Barred? Turning to see what she ran into, Twilight was surprised to see nothing. By all accounts, she should have kept running. She tried to continue, but was unable to proceed more than another step before she found herself unable to continue. The air in front of her seemed to shimmer and solidify, blocking her way. But that's where we need to go. How are we going to complete the mission now? Pinkie Mina didn't seem to be listening, looking around at the crowd. Soon she stopped and pointed. You see that pony? The one wearing the red hoodie? Try scanning him. Twilight must have looked confused because Pinkie Mina sighed. Tap the skull pin. That's what lets you read minds. And tap it again to turn it off. Saves a lot of headaches. Twilight gave the pin a tap with her hoof and heard all the voices in her head vanish. She realized she'd been scanning, as her partner had called it, all this time. The sudden silence was a bit off-putting, and she almost fell to the ground again. She tapped the pin again, and she tapped the pin again, and sure enough, the voices returned. Glad to understand how the mind reading worked now, she turned her attention to the hooded pony. She focused, but while she could hear the thoughts of those around him, he remained silent. She tapped her pin again and welcomed the silence. I couldn't read his mind. Her partner nodded. There are two types of ponies who can't be scanned here. Players and reapers. Guess which one he is. Twilight gasped. He's a reaper? But he looks just like us. I told you, reapers were once once like us. Oh, sorry. I told you, reapers were like us once. Anyway, he's the one who set up this wall, and that means he can take it down again if we meet his conditions. Conditions? What, like a toll guard? Pretty much, but we're not going that way yet. We've got 25 minutes. I plan to use them to find my friends. The pink pony turned around and started heading in the opposite direction. Twilight ran to catch up. But if we don't clear the mission, if I survive the 7 days, that's meaningless if my friends don't as well. So we're gonna find them. Oh, I can't read today. Or at least right now with Pinkie, because she's hard. That's what she said. If I survive these 7 days, that's meaningless if my friends don't as well. So we're gonna find them. She looked over her shoulder at Twilight and sighed. Don't worry, we'll get the mission done. But my friends come first. A shrill cry shattered any reply Twilight was trying to come up with. Oh, sorry. A shrill cry shattered any reply Twilight was trying to come up with. She recognized that scream. So did Pinkamena, it seemed. Rarity! That's one of my Wait, who's saying this? Oh, I guess this is Pinkie again. Rarity! That's one of my friends! Quickly, this way! She was off before Twilight could respond. This strange pony knew Rarity? She had to be Pinkie. So why didn't she recognize Twilight? This isn't the time for that, Rarity. This isn't the time for that. Rarity is in trouble. Twilight dashed toward the source of the cry. And that is the end of chapter 2. And I have gotten about 12 minutes. I'm going to stop it here really quickly to see how long the next chapter is. Okay, I'm back. I do not have time to read the last chapter. Or the third chapter, not the last chapter. The third chapter, because it's quite long. So I guess I'll just record it later. So I'll record the next chapter or another story. And so then when that's up, you can listen to that. But until then, guys, I will see you guys later. Bruni on!